So my friends and my husband and I, part 4, are at this restaurant opening in town. And it's getting towards the end of the night, and we had been, hanging out all night, and we were sitting there eating the food at the bar area. And this man and this woman walk around to where I'm at. And years prior, when the man messaged me and said, "I know who you are," and I said, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "I'm a helper." And when this man and this woman, years later, in Chicago, at the time I had been in Ohio for the previous situation, and these people walk around to me in Chicago and say, "I know who you are," and I said, "Okay." And I just had this feeling, I've never seen these people before in my life, and I said, "Who are you?" And the guy looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "I'm a helper." I almost fell over. I looked at him and I started shaking, and I said, "I can't do this here, we have to go outside." So this man and this woman and I walked outside in front of the restaurant. The woman stands to my right and the man stands in front of me and holds both of my hands and said, "You will never become what you're supposed to be until you get rid of the anger." I had no idea what he was talking about. He holds both of my hands and he just starts breathing. And I said, "Do you know who I am?" And he said, "Yes, we do." Now, the night prior, I had been sitting in my family room, and I looked up at the ceiling and I started crying and I said, "God, I can't do this anymore. You have to give me a sign to let me know that I am not crazy. I need some sort of proof that everything that you have shown me, that I am not crazy." And this is now happening the very next night at a restaurant opening. He's holding my hands now outside in front of this restaurant, and he looks at the woman and he said, "I just felt it leave her." And it was literally like almost I could see this happening in him. And then he said, "It is done." And I think I cried. I don't even remember. And I just remember thinking, like, my husband just watched me, everyone just watched me walk out of this restaurant with this man and this woman. And so I just kept saying to these people, "How do you know who I am?" And they said, "We just do. And we were supposed to come over and talk to you tonight." And again, I had never seen them the entire time we were at this party. I've never seen them before that, and I've never seen them since. And as we were walking back into the restaurant, I asked the guy and the woman, I said, "What are your names?" And she said, "My name is Patty." And he looked at me dead in the eye and he said, "My name is Gabriel." And I said, "You've got to be kidding me." And he's like, "I am not." Then he and she hugged each other, walked into the restaurant, and I never saw them again in the restaurant even. Part 5.